Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about the Network Plus and how do you pass it and what it's like. I had never taken a IT certification exam before in my life. I don't have any IT experience at all, and I decided like, hey, I'm going to get into the IT field. So where do I start? And I wanted to get into networking. I wanted to get into cybersecurity. So I thought, hey, Network Plus is the way to go. And I thought I first wanted to go for my CCNA, and I started studying for my CCNA, and I soon found out that there's certain things that you're missing with the CCNA. Like if you jump right into the CCNA, you're missing a lot of basic network fundamentals that the CCNA doesn't cover. And I found that I needed the Network Plus to cover that for me. So that's why I took the Network Plus. I took it because I needed more of a background. I needed more fundamentals of networking before I took my CCNA. So I went with the Network Plus. And I failed the first time and I passed the second time. The test is 90 minutes. And the recommended experience is 9 months experience in network support or administration. I don't have any experience at all, and the passing score is 720. These are the breakdowns of the percentage of the domains. Network troubleshooting is by far the most important domain in the Network Plus. I swear 90% of the questions were scenario based and they were network troubleshooting based. Like most of the questions were like, a network is down, what do you do? A network is doing this, what do you do? You have this, you have X, Y, and Z evidence, what does that mean? So network troubleshooting is a massive part of this test. If you can't do troubleshooting, then you're not going to pass the test. It's just the way that it is. It's a huge part of the test. Let's talk about some of the resources I used. So the first resource I used was Professor Messer. Professor Messer's YouTube right here, and then I selected his Network Plus training course, and I took the 007. This is 008, but what I did was I went through every single video. I watched it, and then I would go back and I'd watch it again, and then I'd go back and I'd watch it again, and I'd go back and I'd watch it again. So I watched all of his YouTube videos through the entire playlist like 3 or 4 times. And then once I was done with that, I would go and I would get into Mike Myers' Network Plus book, and I would use this to fill in the gaps, because sometimes with the videos they don't exactly cover every little detail. They cover most, but they don't cover everything. So that's where I felt Mike Myers and his book covered it really well. It covered all the little gaps, all the little things that maybe Professor Messer didn't cover in his videos were covered in this book. What I recommend you don't do is don't buy Professor Messer's book, because all this is his PowerPoints from his YouTube videos. So if you have access to his YouTube videos, you don't need his book because you have access to the PowerPoints. And I'm not saying don't buy Professor Messer's stuff. I want you to buy Professor Messer's stuff because I've used him. He's helped me pass 2 tests, and the Network Plus and the Security Plus. And without him, I wouldn't have been able to do it. So I recommend, hey, go buy his stuff, but don't buy his textbooks, because all it is his YouTube videos. That's all. It's the same thing as his YouTube video. So what I did was I made probably about 400 flashcards between the videos and the book, and I just studied those like crazy constantly. I'm at Stop and Shop. I'm waiting in line. I'm going through the tests. I'm in the car on the way to my wife's appointment. I'm going through flashcards. Every second you have, you should be donating to passing this test. You really should. Like I said, troubleshooting is massive. Let's see, where is it? Right here. This should be highlighted right here. All the labbing you need. All the lab you need for this exam is the command prompt. That's the only lab material you need. So you can go in here and IPconfig /all, and you need to know these commands, and you need to know what they do and how to read them. because they will be on the test. Because troubleshooting is I'm telling you, troubleshooting is huge on this test. Netstat, you got to know netstat. What is this? You got to know what you're looking at. You got to know how to read this. You got to know ping. You got to know trace route. You got to know trace route. You got to know ping. You got to know ifconfig. You got to go know netstat. You got to know path ping. You got to know nmap. You got to know these things for the test. And like I said, most of the test is troubleshooting. Most of it is scenario-based troubleshooting. So once you get to those sections in the book, once you get to those sections in the videos, really pay attention to troubleshooting. I'm telling you, it's going to be a big part of the test. And that's that.